My current favorite author, Yuval Noah Harari, says, and I quote, "People are usually afraid of change because they fear the unknown. But the single greatest constant of history is that everything changes." Unquote. The beginning of life is defined by transformation. Change is manifested within each one of us and in each moment of our lives. Some of it is captured in the books of history, the rest becomes a memory. When the pupa transforms into a butterfly, it doesn't mean it refuses to exist in its earlier form. It just indicates acceptance and awareness of change. Ugly or beautiful, both are necessary forms of existence. Neither needs to be judged. We only need to face the truth that without the pupa, there is no butterfly. This is story time, the story of transformation as witnessed by me, personally and professionally. The so-called topper in class can also learn from failure, and I am evidence that failure is indeed a great teacher. Arrogance and ignorance have always led to doom. Ignorance of physics, chemistry, and math led me to failing in my 12th grade. But it was arrogance of reading Mills and Boon novels hidden under chemistry textbooks that was the harshest blow. Failure definitely transformed me. Not into an intelligent person who is a die-hard fan of physics, chemistry, and math, but into a person who could comprehend shortcomings, temptations, and failures as human realities. Such turning points are warned by elders throughout our lives. Some of us experience it, some keep waiting. It was indeed a change, a huge change, meaning I changed the course of my study, shifted to botany, zoology, and home science, earned a gold medal in my undergraduate, only to shift into an MBA, again by fluke, not by deliberate career planning procedures. I ventured into jobs that I had never planned to do, but destiny brought me to teaching, which was deeply ingrained in my being, owing to familial affiliation, almost making it a vocation and not just a profession. Personal and professional lives seamlessly blend and grow into each other when it evolves organically over a period of time. Being patient while change happens is a lesson that we learn by experience. When the world around us wants to move in one direction, it takes tremendous courage and confidence for us to move in the opposite direction to change. Change ourselves and change others for the larger good. The stories of transformation that I would like to share today are not unique. They are representative of changes in any ecosystem that desire to create and manifest in various forms around us. But I must confess that they are stories chosen out of my personal bias. Women. Women have been a source of inspiration for me since long, whether it is my cancer survivor teacher, or my own grandmother and mother, or even my 5-year-old niece. All of them seem to be that light at the end of the tunnel, and we see such lanterns lit all around us. We just need to broaden our vision both at home and outside. I wish to share snippets from some women I met at my workplace who embody the grit and determination that inspires change. Sometimes things change because of us, and some other times in spite of us, both of which we need to be mindful of. Center for Social Action is the place for do-gooders to be in. It is that space on my campus that welcomes magnanimous youngsters to contribute to making lives and livelihood better. It is the social development wing and has been, in the last 2 decades, the social laboratory for both young graduates and academic fraternity. The center is a volunteering body for students and an administrative support for social responsibility activities of the institution. I would like to narrate the story of Kalyanama, who is a part of CSA. The center recognized the need to set up a waste management unit much before it was made mandatory by the local authorities. Being a huge campus, we generate equally huge amounts of waste. To handle this is indeed a Herculean task. Kalyanama is a widow who joined the waste segregation unit as one of the first employees and has been my inspiration for punctuality and positivity in life. She has transformed the work ethic of a place that collects and segregates garbage on campus by just being present and participative. The center has transformed her life by offering her dignity, by making her independent and economically strong. Her interactions with other women in her neighborhood inspired them to also work at some place in order to suffice their family income. She ensured her children and grandchildren were educated so their lives could also improve. Kalyanama's day starts with sipping a coffee as soon as she reaches the campus while waving a joyous good morning to me passing by her vicinity. She is happy to push the cart around campus collecting dry waste and wet waste. She takes it to the unit called Parivartana, which means transformation in any Indian language. Waste is transformed into wealth at this unit. Women like Kalyanama put their gloved hands in the muck to separate wet and dry waste that has been ignored by educated graduates and academicians. However, if you happen to visit this place any time during the day, you will find them smiling while at it. How does this happen and why? My probing only led me to the discovery of the goodness in people around us. Kalyanama and her gang of girls seek absolutely no rewards from the higher education institution. Their only wish is to seek cooperation from students and staff in managing waste on campus and thereby ensure that each day is Earth Day at the campus. The larger lesson of transformation this sends out to all of us on campus is the relevance of each of our contribution to making this world a better place. Handling waste sensibly, making the physical spaces better, and dealing with people sensitively, contributing to the social well-being. At the center, we do not wish to have many more Kalyanamas because we wish to have a world where technology and automation can support handling waste judiciously, but the philosophy of work and life is indeed a lesson that Kalyanama teaches each one of us. The second story I like to share is of Shakuntala, also a part of CSA since the last 2 decades. The social development projects are spread across villages and slums in India. One such project began in early 2000s at Hoskote, about 100 kilometers away from the campus. The purpose was to set an example of social change driven by the community, the philosophy of working with people and not for them. The hardships of selecting and implementing such rural development projects are well known to those in the social sector. Shakuntala was a young woman with dreams of making her village a better place for herself and others in her community. She has emerged from her cocoon of being a shy, introverted volunteer to soaring to greater heights of glory today as an empowered leader of close to 1,000 women in her village. How and why did this happen? Is the same question I ask myself while introspecting change. How did this happen? Is because of the will and dedication of Shakuntala to initiate and involve in making a difference to lives and livelihood of people in Hoskote. In her own words, from ill-found accusations of religious conversion to acceptance of transforming them into rational people is what the center has achieved in this endeavor. It is a testimonial to teamwork and devotion to a cause, the cause of being useful to others. What started as a nutritional supplement program for infants blossomed into a cooperative society bank fully managed by the women at the village. If not for the unflinching support of her husband, Shakuntala would not have become the role model that she is today to everyone in her community and our campus. She is a proud mother of graduates who continue to radiate her spirit of courage and confidence in their own spheres of influence. It is that never give up attitude that kept her going through all those community orientations running into midnight. It is that constant learning that helped her to adapt to dynamic changes in the social space, and the encouragement from everyone around that made her committed to this cause. Shakuntala and Kalyanama give me hope. Hope to repurpose my life around the cause of the larger good. The courage to practice doing the right thing when no one is watching. the commitment to persevere with consistent efforts, and the moral compass to perceive and see the goodness around us. For me, they are the ideas that are worth spreading. May our experiences in the past and our experiments in the present help us to shape our future expectations.